so did some apple brandy. It was all right, but not enough apple came through, so I did another batch a different way, infused it. Not enough apple came through, so I took both those batches. I made apple pie with them. So I'm gonna run some different apples this time, and I'm not running the thumper. I ain't infusing, but this is how I'm gonna do it. I'll make this all one big long video. I bought this truckload of apples because I thought I was going to be able to give some away to people. Nobody wanted any. So I got a whole damn truckload. And it's time. I got to do something with them. They're starting to rot, which is a good thing. But the ones that are really, really rotted, we're going to feed to the deer. I got these from a guy that has an orchard. I bought a whole truckload of apples from him. And we already used some. But I'm going to use the rest of these. I gave some away to somebody. But most people I thought would want them didn't want none. So I got to make use of them. I'm going to do a shit ton of apple brandy. And hopefully it's better than that last apple brandy. Last apple brandy was good, but you drink it and it just tastes like good, clean alcohol, you know? What nothing in it that said apple. Nothing said apple come through like that. So I won't make it say apple this time, y'all. And these are Honeycrisp apples. Them last ones were just green, little green doo-doo apples. I don't know what the hell they were. But we fitting to fuck shit up. Check it out. Seen everybody using a damn little chipper shredder. And so I tried to join the club because I thought it'd be easy, but I bought this sumbitch. I can't even fit a tiny apple down in there, man. So I'm taking this back. I'm taking that back to Harbor Freight tomorrow because it's a piece of shit. And who would want to burn something that small or want to chip something that small? I just throw sticks that big with my chipper. A little tiny apple won't even fit in that sumbitch. And even if you pull the top off. So I don't know what chipper shredder y'all's using. Send me a link. I might get one later on. I'm taking that one back. I'm going to use my Jack LaLanne juicer. I was talking shit about Jack LaLanne because I thought I was going to get a shredder. You're all right, Jack. I'm about to use your juicer right now. Here we go. Apples galore. Ready to roll. Run them through this juicer. Put them in here. I got another one too. I'm going to do at least 2 of these. So I'm running through this juicer. And then I'm dumping the juice. I know I called it a Jack LaLanne, but it's not a real Jack LaLanne. It's some off-brand shit that I've had years ago. I couldn't afford it, but you're still all right, Jack LaLanne. But it's a juicer, nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what brand it is, but I use the shit out of it. I'm also, check this out. So I'm taking all this pulp. I'm dumping it in there too. All of it. 100% of the apple. It just makes it easier. Makes it easier to process. Juice in the front, pulp in the back, putting it all in. I don't know how many apples is in there, but I know it's well over 100 pounds. I'll say this thing's about 20% full. This is like a 62 gallon barrel. I'm gonna do other barrels too, but this one's good. We'll put some water in it now. Get a gravity reading. All right, so I was doing this one over here, and I got that thing, it's 30 gallons. I got that over halfway full with nothing but apples and apple juice. And I was using the pulp, and I'm realizing that's thick. Ain't no liquid. I mean, it's so thick that it's absorbing all the liquid back into the pulp. So I might take some of this and put it in here. Because this one's 62 gallons. This one's 30. I wanted to make one that was nothing but apple and yeast. I didn't want to use any sugar or any water, traditional brandy. But I put that juice on a gravity and it's only at 1.3030. So I guess I'm gonna put some of this into here. I'm gonna cook some sugar and some water. I'm gonna add sugar and water. I didn't want to, but I don't see no other way around it, man. Cause this apple juice out of them apples is only 1030. And I'm not gonna do all this work and end up with 2 quarts of liquor. So sugar water it is, but there's so much apple juice and so much apple pulp. I'm gonna have to get a shit ton of apple flavor, I imagine. Plus these are better apples. Let's see what happens. I got 5 gallons of water in a pot. I'm gonna bring it up to a boil. I'm gonna melt some sugar in it. All right, turn my heat off. I'm gonna add them 3 bags of sugar. See where that gets me. I added my sugar. Now I'm gonna add it full water the rest of the way. I'm gonna do the same thing to that other one too. So on this one, when I cooked that 5 gallons of water, I used 75 pounds of sugar, which probably ain't enough to get 1.080, but I'd like a lower gravity with this anyways. I'm trying to get as much of that sweet apple flavor to come over. So I have no idea what my gravity is because this is so chunky, a hydrometer won't float in it. And I put 50 pounds of sugar in this one. I cooked five gallons of water with 50 pounds of sugar. Time to add some yeast. Stir it up. Putting the lid on them. It's cold outside, so it'll probably take a couple weeks. Maybe even longer. All right, I got that mash all cleaned up. It's been almost forever. It's cold outside, so it took forever to ferment. I had to put a pond or a aquarium heater in there to get it to finish, but she's pretty. She smells great. Let's put her in the still and run her off. I don't have no thumper. That's the difference. I ain't running no thumper. We're running Brandy. We want it straight out the still. I got her running off. Making some apple brandy. I already got rid of my heads. Let this bad boy go. All right, I'm on my last jar right now. I've been drinking on this stuff, and I gotta say, it's pretty damn good. Now I did an apple video. I don't know if I said it in the beginning of this or not, but I had a bunch of green apples, and they suck. They were okay, just you didn't get the flavor. And plus, I used a thumper, so I went back to the drawing board, and I used a ton of apple pulp. It was a pain in the ass. When the mash was done, it was like straining applesauce. So I took 1 scoop at a time in a metal colander, because it would clog up any brew bag, any paint strainer bag, any cheesecloth. It would clog it up. So I just took a metal colander and a wooden spoon, and I ran through it. I dumped the pulp out. Did that whole 62-gallon barrel like that. And the barrel before that, I did that 30-gallon. I've done them both. They both come out pretty much damn near the same. I think this one's a little better for me. I think I like it just a touch better from the big barrel than the little barrel. But they're both great. They both have a ton of apple smell, ton of apple flavor. There ain't nothing better, man, I'm telling you. This is good shit. If you're gonna do apple brandy, don't use a thumper. Don't infuse it. Just use a still and a condenser, or if you got a column still, just straight arm that. Don't use no thumpers. Don't try infusing it with nothing. Just run that liquor, and it comes out better. To me, this is the best way to run apple brandy. Yeah. Here we go. So good. And I cut it a little early because I went back, couldn't get a gravity reading because that shit was so thick. I put so much apple pulp in there. It was so thick at the beginning I couldn't get a gravity, but when I did, after about a week, when it finally thinned out a little bit, I could get a gravity. I used a little bit too much sugar. So it wasn't all the way finished. And I did it at about 10:20. I snagged it up. I'm getting 2 gallons out of it still. Now that last jar is a little low proof. It's probably in the 90s. But and I might make that last jar. I might have 1 3/4. 1 3/4 gallons. But either way, it's excellent run, excellent liquor. Try it. Try it both ways. Let me know what you think. I think from here on out, when I run apple brandy, I'm not running no thumper. I'm not infusing it. I took all that first liquor I made with them green apples, all that infusion with the apple cider and apple juice, and I made apple pie out of it. Because this liquor here is twice as good as that liquor to me. So I feel this is the way from here on out that I'm gonna do apple. But try it every which way. Find out for yourself. But this is the way I'm gonna run it from here on out. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.